Hello everyone, welcome to a new video. It's Bibi Cameron here for Tonic Studios, and today I'm going to be sharing ideas and inspiration to use your Tonic Craft Kit number 4. This is a Valentine's Mother's Day card making kit. You are going to get products in lilac, white and silver shades, like these Nubo drops here, this twine, also this Nubo Aqua Shimmer pen, silver glitter bows, silver glitter accents, double-sided tape, specialty paper, and also a stamp set and a die set. And this is the stamp set. It has 11 stamps to create cards for Valentine's Day or Mother's Day. And last but not least, this kit also includes an amazing die set to create waterfall cards. There are 19 dies in this set. 3 of them are the main dies, and the other ones are going to allow you to create elements to decorate the waterfall, or you can also use them individually for many other papercraft projects. These dies are good to create traditional and elegant projects, but today I wanted to add an extra idea to dress up the waterfall and create something completely different like this card here. So this will make a fun interactive card. I have children in my mind, but this card could be for anyone. And of course you can play with it and the waterfall is going to work always. I'm going to show you how I do this. So I'm going to use 4 dies in this set. This one here is not completely necessary, but I love those dots at the edge of the die that produce a very nice decorative edge in the die cut. And I'm going to use this one here that is going to allow me to create the tabs or the flaps in the waterfall. And it coordinates perfectly with this other die here. I'm going to use this large die here, which is the mechanism of the waterfall. You can see it there. And I'm also going to use this die here, which is to create a band to wrap around the mechanism and make it work. I'm going to grab an A4 sheet of cardstock, and you will see that the die measures more or less the same size of the width of that sheet of paper. And I'm going to trim this like so. You know, you can place all the dies all together on that piece of paper. You don't need to trim the paper, but I wanted to cut the paper here 2.5 inches by 3 inches to be able to cut 2 die cuts at the same time. And I just hold everything with this masking tape or a low tack tape. And I'm going to use one single piece of paper to use with this die because it has texture, and another little piece to use with this die here. You don't need to do this, as I say. You just can place all the dies on a sheet of paper and go through your machine. I think you save more time doing it that way. I don't know, I just did it this way today. And I'm using here the Tangerine die cutting machine by Tonic Studios. This is a wonderful large size die cutting machine. It cuts the paper like butter, and you don't need to run the paper twice, 3 or 4 times when you are using intricate dies. With this machine you don't need to do that. It's really a great tool to have. Now I'm going to show you another idea. Using the mechanism you can create a tag, but in this case I'm going to use it to cover up this part of the mechanism. Once I finish, this part here is going to be stamped, or you can also add a gift card in that area. You will understand better when I put all this together. I'm also going to use a punch, a circular punch, and another circular dice to create the eyes of my character. You can create the eyes in any size, as well the fangs or the teeth. I don't know the word in English exactly, and my husband is not near me to help me with that one. But you can just make this wherever you like, and you can create any animal without ears. I'm going to fold all the scoring lines here. There is 4 scoring lines there, so I make sure I fold that properly. And now this little piece here, I'm going to place it like so. You can also place it like this, so at the back of this part here, but it makes more sense to me placing it like this, because once I paste this decorative element on top, I won't be able to see it, and I won't be able to see the flaps at the sides. So I'm going to glue this on top. There is no more glue needed there because this piece is going to hold that band in place. And that's it. I finished that part, and now I'm going to create the flaps of the waterfall. I'm going to make the face of my character. So I decided to use a smaller die and a smaller punch to create smaller eyes, just like that. I'm going to glue these triangles there. These are the fangs of this character, and I'm going to glue them at the back of that piece. And after that, I'm going to glue down this pink piece of paper here, just like that, so you cannot see the back of the fangs. Just as simple as that. So this piece is going to look like so. Then I'm going to finish the mouth of my little animal, and I'm just going to glue that piece there. Now I'm going to bring my mechanism, and I'm going to add glue between the scoring lines like so. And I'm going to glue this piece first, and then I'm going to glue this one there. You can start gluing down the flaps or these tabs from the bottom to the top of the mechanism, but I just did it this way. As I was planning to create a seal, I'm using these circles here, but something really important is that this edge of that circle have to go aligned with the edge of that die cut there. It could not be slightly out of that place. It needs to be completely aligned with the edge. If not, the mechanism is not going to work. Okay, to have a nice finish at the back of this part here, I'm also going to add these other pink circles, and I decided that I don't want these fangs, they are too small. I'm going to add larger ones, just like that, and I'm going to glue the pink circles just in the back. And if you see, this is looking very much like a hippopotamus, and I think this will make a really cute hippo. You see it there? But my daughter here wants a seal, so I have to make a seal. But anyway, I need this mechanism to work. So I'm going to grab a white piece of paper, and I'm going to wrap this band here around that paper, leaving a space in the side. I hope you can see there that I'm not wrapping this, I'm not leaving this too tight. See that gap there in the side? So that the mechanism can move freely behind this white piece of paper. And now I'm going to hold the waterfall from that band at the sides. I'm putting my fingers there, and I'm trying the mechanism, and it works perfectly. It moves quickly and smooth. So I'm going to place this on the body of the seal, but that white piece there doesn't make any logic, so I'm going to trim it like so that you won't be able to see it. And of course, you can make this differently. I'm going to show you a very quick second example, and you will notice that it might be easier to do it in some way. This is another way to do it. I really wanted to make sure that the waterfall was going to move, and I have a video in my YouTube channel making a waterfall card without dies, and it's time consuming. This is kind of easy peasy, really. So now it's time to glue down this piece here, and I'm going to add glue only on the white piece of cardstock behind my waterfall. I don't want that waterfall to be stuck to anything, because if we add glue at some point on that waterfall, the waterfall is not going to move. It's just logic, because that's the piece which is moving, okay? So I'm only going to add glue on the white piece of paper behind the waterfall, and also on the body of the seal. Before moving to the next step, I'm always trying the mechanism. It's moving, it's fine, perfect. So I'm going to glue this to my card base, Going to add the twine. I'm going to use the paper in the kit as well, and also this twine, and I'm going to try completely the mechanism. There is plenty of space for you to add a message, and I decided that I want to add a white piece of cardstock here, as I showed you. I cut this. That's going to make a perfect tag as well, so that I can stamp a message there. And using scissors, I also create the legs, or these are the arms. I don't know the word in English for this part of the seal. I apply glue at the back of the arms or the legs, and I glue them to the card base. They are not glued to the mechanism or the waterfall. I changed my mind about the fangs again, and I created larger ones. So now this is looking like a real seal. In Spanish, this animal is called morsa. I think in English is walrus or something like that, but I'm not sure how to say that in English anyway. So I'm going to add some black dots at the cheeks of this character here, and also a nose. And for that, I'm going to use the die in the kit, which is kind of to decorate the pull-up tab, but I'm just going to use it to create a nose like that. So I was thinking there, how this is going to work, and I'm just going to trim it. I was looking on my iPad how these seals looks, and it definitely need the nose and also mustache. So to create the nose, I just add a glue dot behind the nose, and I wrap around silver thread like so, and then I trim the ends of the thread, and my mustache was done. Then I glue this down on the card, and I still feel that it needs something, so I also cut a circle like so to create those parts for the eyes. I added more white and black dots around the body of the seal, also some nubo drops. I applied nubo crystal glaze on the nose, and I also die cut a banner. So my card was done, and now I'm going to show you quickly how I made this card here. There is really very little differences between this card and the previous one. I'm just going to show you the key things that are different. This card here has less detail, is easier to make, is quicker to make as well. So once you have the face of your animal, in this case is a snake, I'm just going to add a tongue and small fangs and bigger eyes. That's all. And don't ask me why, but I wanted to cover the whole part where the band goes. So I just use this die, which is the main mechanism, to die cut that piece there, and I'm going to glue this here. So that's going to cover completely that part. It's not going to leave any edge, has the decorative die cut dots. I'm just going to completely cover that part there. And I also want to show you a close-up of how to glue the tabs on the waterfall. So you see, I'm adding glue at the center between those scoring lines there, and I'm going to align the top of the tab with the next scoring line in that row. So that's how I know where to place the paper. The top of the flaps is going to go aligned with those scoring lines, and just simply as that, you finish this very quickly. I'm going to fold this piece here just behind the waterfall. I'm going to try it, and I'm going to glue this directly on the front panel of a card base. Of course, I have to glue this panel first to the card base, and then I'm going to add glue only on this part here, which is the band. Not glue in the back of the mechanism, please, just there. And I'm going to glue this down. I'm going to glue one of these bows here to hide that hole. It works just perfectly. I'm going to trim the tongue of this snake because it's quite a bit long. And I have this idea to use this beautiful kind of pull-up tabs in this card. I made them using this die here, but I think, and I have to confess, that I used them in the wrong way. This might go facing the other way. not like I'm doing here, but I managed to find a way to make it work. It's fine, there is not a way to do this. But in theory, you can do whatever you want with your craft supplies. And I'm an example here. So I'm making something different. And what I'm going to do here, because when I was trying to put the twine, I thought, how I'm going to do this? Because it's not going to work the way I like to make the little knots always. So I'm going to make a knot there, just like that. And that's it. I fix it that way. It's fine. Nobody's going to see it there. And I was planning to add a banner on this card, in this part here. So I'm using this beautiful set called Party Time from Tonic Studios. And I die cut this sentiment out of a cardstock called Craft Perfect High Gloss Black Mirror Cardstock. It's just beautiful to die cut your sentiments. You don't need to emboss the paper or anything. This is just beautiful. I glue down the banner, and this will make a perfect party invitation, because in these flaps here you can just glue a die cut and you can add the address or details of the party. And you can also turn this into a very original and fun gift card just by inserting a gift card there. It could be a money envelope, so you can put money there as well, a loyalty card for your customers, a badge to participate in an event. Those were ideas that crossed my mind when I first saw the dies, and I could not let you go without sharing a couple of samples to share some extra ideas. So here I have a more traditional looking card. I use the paper in the kit, also other dies in the die set, and I also use a die from the Family Sentiments dies by Tonic Studios. You can use any of those which fit in that tab in the waterfall. And I use this one here called Sister. It fits perfectly and is so beautiful. I also add pictures and I stamp sentiments there. And this is another idea to put the waterfall inside the card, and you can design this waterfall to go in horizontal motion, not always in vertical. So that's all for today. I hope you like this video, and hopefully I could inspire you to do something different with your craft kit number 4, or to personalize or customize your waterfall cards. Do not forget to subscribe to this channel and check out the links in the video description for more information about products and projects. Thank you very much for watching, and happy crafting. Bye!